believe they still have this in stock. I heard these work from a guy. Oh yeah. The big stuff. Definitely gonna need one of these. I think I'm gonna go with this one. A little bit more pricey, but trust, don't trust. Trust, don't trust. Trust. What is up, MFers? Hope you had a great day today. You know, I'm super freaking jacked about something. And when I show you what I'm jacked about, you're gonna realize that I'm getting kinda freaking old. You wanna see what I'm super excited about? Right here, my new desk. Man, I'm a hard ass. I'm old. Yeah, this has been my my last few days here, putting this bad boy together. Finally, MFing office where I can actually get some work done. This bad boy right here is my editing chair. Obviously, not really suitable for my sexy new big, large desk office area. Need to get a new one coming soon. But let's hop into today's video. So obviously, I am back in Nebraska, back from the southbound tour. I've been back for about a week now, so I've been back for a minute. Super fun time on the southbound tour. I hope you guys like the videos. You guys had a bunch of awesome feedback on the videos. So if you could right now, I do want you to drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite part of the entire southbound tour was. I'd really appreciate that. Southbound tour was a freaking blast. It was out of control. You know, I caught my personal best the first day there at Lake Fork. The Zark caught a freaking alligator. Did some catch and cook video with crappie. I hadn't been out crappie fishing in a long time. Never crappie fished like that before. Caught some wipers, white bass. Caught a new species I never caught before, a mean-mouth bass, on the way to my Stockton Lake Grand Slam. And I gotta be honest, I've been back and I've been out fishing, trying to film, I think twice. Been trying to spend some more time editing since it is colder outside. Obviously, it's been like 30 degrees outside. The wind's been chucking every single day, which means A, the fishing sucks here right now. I can't really explain to you how tough the fishing is. I've been trying to get out and grind, but honestly, I just haven't caught enough to put together a good video, so I haven't had a lot of content for you guys lately. And so for that reason, I am going to be heading back south again this weekend for a few days. Not a real true southbound tour-esque trip, but taking the lovely Mrs. Milliken fishing, as well as the little puppy golden retriever Millie out of town down. So I'm not going to tell you where quite yet, but I can let you know there are some slaunches there that are absolutely going to need to be caught, and it's one of my favorite places to go vacation. Oh, another thing I'm really excited about, got these 3 packages here recently for my trip because you know I didn't have enough crankbaits or baits in general. Here, let me grab my crankbaits and show you what I'm talking about. Here are some of my crankbaits along with my new box. Yeah, these are the ones that I have in my boxes that I'm fishing with, that are in my boxes to fish with. I have an addiction, I have a problem. I need help. I need help from you guys. You know, clearly I have a sickness. I'm a tackle addict, tackle junkie. And no, screw that. You can never have too many crankbaits. You know I freaking love crankbait fishing. I catch a ton of fish on crankbaits, especially my 6th Sense crankbaits. So I got a whole bunch of new baits in these new packages here. We need to get them organized, especially for this trip down south. And I want to show you some brand new badass baits from 6th Sense lures that are out now that are hopefully gonna snag me some slaunches this weekend. Super stoked to get down there and get to slaunch sticking. So let's get some baits out of these boxes right here. And then I'm gonna kind of go through some of my crankbaits here, tell you some of the aspects of them, how I organize them, what I like about them, and hopefully help you guys go out and get some fish sticking baits. And I'm gonna go through, tell you why I think they're gonna be really good for me to use this weekend, the type of cover I'm fishing. Let's go. You know, I don't know about you guys, but half of the damn fun for me on going on these trips and fishing and going on fishing new places in general is buying new tackle, trying new baits, learning how to catch fish on new baits, because that's why we're into fishing, right? Is to go out and solve the puzzle every single day. And there's nothing more fun and more addictive a lot of times than trying some new baits, buying some new baits to fill in the gaps in our arsenal and just kind of experiment. You know, it's crazy to see what fish will eat. You know, I'm not one to go out and really do like a gummy worm challenge or catch fish on a figurine or some garbage. But you know, there's a reason people click on and watch those videos. It's cool. It's interesting to see what a fish will think is food or will draw it to bite something. And that's why fishing's just crazy, crazy cool. All right, so let's jump into these boxes. I'm super stoked for this one. This one is from 6th Sense Lures. Pop him open. It's got a bunch of his new baits. You know, 6th Sense Lures getting to the point where they have baits for like every situation, every possible niche of crankbait you could ever possibly need, plus terminal tackle, and then rods coming too. Super, super stoked about those new rods. You guys will be getting a sneak peek at them very, very soon. But yeah, there was a couple holes in the 6th Sense arsenal of crankbaits that would not allow you to fill your crankbait arsenal, in my opinion. And I feel like those holes are getting filled every single time it comes out with new baits. Let's get these dumped out. So sexy. First thing we gotta talk about. Let's go over some of those new baits. You know, here is one that I am super stoked about. Right there, the 6th Sense curve crankbait. You know, like I said, there's been holes in the arsenal of the crankbait products from 6th Sense Lures, and one of those is a wiggle wart style bait, a real wide wobbling, erratic hunting crankbait in crawfish colors. Those are huge on Ozark lakes. They're huge anywhere else with clean water and rocks, and that dude right there is a bad looking dude. I've actually been using this a little bit. Haven't been able to share a lot of footage I've used on it yet because it's brand new, but man, look at that bait. So freaking sexy. Comes with hooks on it, the extra wide gap hooks, sticky, perfect wire diameter. Those are on all the new C10 cranks as well. The sound, a lot like that original wiggle wart, that nice high-pitched clicking noise. Super stoked to throw these this weekend. That's definitely going to be a huge player for me. So yeah, I got this color. This is the Ozark Craw color. I'll pop this dude out and show it to you as well. Anybody like the Phantom Green wiggle wart? How about this guy? This is the Phantom Green 6th Sense curve. I think it's called Melon Craw or something like that. See-through. It's got little red spots on it. Craw pattern. Get out of here. That's going to catch some slaunches. So here's another new bait. Actually, they weren't out in time for me to use them down at Rayburn, which sucks. I think I could have freaking slayed them at Rayburn if I had them. Here's a bait. It's kind of a niche bait. Here she is, the 6th Sense Thud, as in thud, the noise thud. You know, it looks a lot like the Quake lipless crankbait, which has been a great fish catching lipless crankbait the last year since it was released. Got the dual flatback, so it thumps really, really hard. But another place where 6th Sense kind of had a hole in its lineup was it had these high-pitched, the super loud BB rattling lipless baits, but it didn't have a one-knocker bait. So why is this guy called the Thud? I don't know if you can hear how freaking sexy that is. Hopefully my mic's picking that up. This dude right here is a one-knocker, obviously gold with black back. Can't freaking beat gold with black back. So sexy. A couple other baits I'm super stoked about. Haven't had a chance to use these yet. The Divine Shaky Head. You know, this is kind of a style of shaky head that there aren't a lot. I'm gonna take it out, but there's not a lot of what I consider the good, perfect style shaky heads on the market with a wide gap hook. So it has a nice flat bottom. It's got a nice spring lock. It's got a perfect diameter hook that does. See it flexing just a little bit there, but not too much. That thing is going to be absolutely perfect for so many different types of baits. This is just the little, this is the quarter ounce size actually, and then he's got them up to 5/8 of an ounce. So this guy is going to be money for like dragging a beaver or a little craw bait, even a worm on a shaky head. It's a quarter ounce, it's perfect, but it's got that nice wide gap. Most shaky heads you can't put a big creature bait or craw on because that bait will just get bogged up on the hook. Super stoked. I'm going to use the hell out of these. These things are going to be freaking great. And like I said, he's got them up to 5/8 of an ounce. You guys know how I go out and throw those 3/4 ounce Divine heads in those deep brush piles? Throw a creature bait on that guy, big craw bait. Ledge fisherman, Magnum trick worm guys. That's your dude right there. So yeah, super stoked about that. One more bait I'm super excited about that I also got in my package is a new release from 6th Sense Lures. Another hole in their lineup of baits, in my opinion, is the 2.5 size square build crankbait. You know, he's got the 1.5 size, the Crush 50, which you see me caught a ton of fish on all year, the Flat 75, which is a flat-sided bait, and then it just goes from the Movement crankbait, which is really a shallow diver, to the Movement L7, which is like a 5 to 8 foot diver. But there was no in between 2.5 size crankbait until now. There it is, the Crush 100 2.5 size. Once again, comes with those extra wide gap. These are like the best stock hooks on any bait on the market, in my opinion. Nice subtle clicking noise, just like the Crush 50. And you know, obviously it comes in perfect, sexy, amazing shad-like colors, just like this guy. And then of course, you know, this one's gonna be a big player for me this weekend probably, Provoke 106X. Also got some new Crush 50X colors, brand new color, that's the custom bluegill color. Another brand new square bill Crush 50 shad crap, that one's called. Flat 75, flat-sided crank is absolutely money. And Divine Swim Jig, Divine Hyper Jig. You guys have seen me freaking smoke the bass on these guys lately, and you guys are probably sitting there wondering, like, don't you have enough of those 6th Sense lures? You know, first of all, no, you can never have enough. But the thing is, these guys right here are not all for me. Some of them are for you guys as well. I'm gonna do a giveaway of these baits right now. Let's do some brand new baits out. So where are my cold water fishermen at? You fishing a lot of cold water right now? Yeah, you probably are, unless you live in freaking South America or something in the summer. So let's throw in some cold water baits and some brand new baits from 6th Sense that just came out. Of course, my favorite color jerkbait, the Provoke 106. You guys see me catch tons of fish on that. Let's give you that new thud, that new one knocker, lipless crankbait. So there's two baits. Why not throw in my favorite cold water crankbait, that Flat 75. You know, I'm feeling kind of generous today. It's almost Christmas time. Let's go with this guy, Divine Hybrid Jig. If you got deep cover, deep structure, deep brush, stuff like that, perfect. And why not throw in a wiggle wart type bait? This is the Phantom Green Craw type color. He calls it the Ghost Melon Crawfish. These 5 baits, we're gonna give them away to one of you lucky viewers. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna let you guys know how you can win these baits. Guys, this is like $50 worth of baits. Go hit the thumbs up. You know, a lot of guys don't do giveaways like I do. And the more you support me, the more I can give stuff back to you guys. So yeah, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll let you know how you can win. Boom. All right, man, that probably got a little bit lengthy, but let's get into my next shipment. This is from Tackle Freaks, right there on Kentucky Lake. My good friends over at the Tackle Freaks. If you haven't seen them yet, go to tacklefreaks.com. They're adding new stuff to the site. It's kind of a new company, so they're adding a lot of new stuff every single day. It gets better and better. They have awesome customer service, really fast shipping, really a great alternative to some of the bigger box online stores where you might not get quite the customer service. Plus, these guys offer a lot of really nice custom tackle, stuff like that. So first thing I'm seeing here, Tackle Freaks hat. You know, you can go pick one of those up as well. Super stoked. My buddy Kevin threw that in for me. My mans. How about these juicy guys? Gonna need these this weekend, I have a good feeling. Gonna be throwing them a lot. You know, the A-Rig, I've kind of been messaging people back and forth about these that I have a lot of questions since I had that video from Kansas. But super cool rig. Super cool system, you know, but a lot of people think it's just a plug and play, like you're gonna go out there, it's a magic fishing lure or something. It's not. There's a lot to it, and hopefully I can share some of that with you guys this weekend. How to fish that, dude. Got some chigger craws. I love them as jig trailers, especially when it cools down. They don't got as much action. Owner ST36. These are the best hooks to use for stinger hooks on swim baits, or to just swap out on your crankbaits when you need nice big stout hooks like deep divers, stuff like that. Here's a really exciting one. Tungsten. So sick of paying so much money for tungsten. So expensive. Here's a custom product from Tackle Freaks. They make their own A-Rig jig heads, so you can have nice light heads yet still have that nice long shank hook. Really high quality hooks on those. So that's just one example of some of the awesome custom products they have. And then of course, 2 packages of a brand new product I'm super stoked about. A lot because A, I'm a huge South Park fan, and B, I'm a huge fan of Reaction Innovations because even though they haven't had the best customer service or relationship with me in the past, their baits catch a load of fish. So, of course, I'm super excited about the brand new Man Bear Big. Here it is. If you haven't seen it, it's a creature bait. Definitely a different looking creature bait. It's kind of a nice in-between size on like a brush hog between the big brush hog and the baby brush hog, which is perfect. There's kind of a gap for that in the market. Of course, it's got those ridges like on the beaver the Reaction Innovations are famous for. And here's a feature I really like about these. It has this little nub. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it will sit right on a wide gap hook and keep it from pulling down. Of course, I make that keeper myself as well that will keep your baits from sliding down the hook shankers. But that's what I got from Tackle Freaks. We got the black and blue color, got the Magic Craw color, muddy water, clean water, boom, and catch some fish on those. So here is a crazy little bait that I had to go pick up after my boy Lewinsky from Fishing Jersey and Ike and Ellie have been out just freaking slaying them on it. I couldn't take it anymore, so I had to go spend a bunch of money on them, and that is this guy, the Binsky blade bait. Who out there fishes blade baits? You guys fish blade baits? Because I need to. I've learned a lot about them. I've watched a lot of videos about them, but I haven't taken the time to get out and throw them a whole bunch. But yeah, got a whole bunch of different Binskys. Kind of like that they threw in the same size, 2 in a package because I ordered 2 of them obviously. But yeah, I got a bunch of different ones. I got the silver blade bait. I got the Sexy Shad Binsky. Of course, smaller size, quarter ounce, chartreuse blue, and yeah, gold, and then another smaller Sexy Shad as well. Kind of a cool bait, something I definitely want to learn. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I know how to use them or I'm great at using them at this point because I do not have any idea, besides what I've watched, how to get a feel for them or how to fish them. All right, so now that I got a million freaking baits laying out on the table here, I need to do some organizing of these, get them fit into my boxes. I bought that new box when I was at Walmart because my lipless bait box looks like this. It's tiny and so freaking jam-packed I can't even, and it's breaking. It's breaking at the seams. There's so many in it, so I upsized to this guy. And the reason, you know, I didn't get the cheap Walmart one, I'm sure that box would be fine. I really like these Flambeau Z-Rust. I don't work with them or anything, but as far as I'm concerned and as far as my experiences tell me, they really don't rust thanks to the blue. I don't have any idea. I'm a science major, but I haven't looked into if that actually matters, that they have the chemical releasing whatever in them, but it's worked for me, so I got another one for $1 more. All right, so real quick, I need to get all these baits into this box right here. I took the time of cutting all these apart, which is the worst thing in North America. These need to come cut apart, so if you're listening to me, Flambeau, Plano, whatever, tackle making, box making company, please figure that out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that, which was probably a terrible idea. And we're just gonna put them in by brand and by size and whatnot. I got a whole bunch of these new Quakes from 6 Cents Lures. This one is a bad dude right there. You can't tell, it's been chewed on a little bit. This is the old Quake though. So like I said, high pitch rattling noise. Really like that one. So we're gonna throw these down here. You know what I'm planning on doing is organizing these by brand, by sound, and by color. Color and sound are the two main things here, where you don't want a one knocker mixed up with a high pitch rattling bait. I like to keep that separate. As you can see, I got a bunch of different brands here, a bunch of different ones I like for different situations, but the more time goes on, I'm getting super dialed in to the 3 different baits from 6 Cents Lure. So that's one of them right there. This one is the Thud. Like I said, nice knocking rattle. We're gonna throw him up there because he's gold. As you can see, you got a bunch of these red eye shads from Strike King. Not my favorite bait to just cast out, throw, and reel in and rip out of grass. But when I want to fish something vertically, these definitely have a time and a place because they fall really nice. They shimmy on the fall while lipless cranks don't do that. So that's why I got these. Once again, I got a couple of the 2-tap ones, and then I got the regular rattling ones. Got different sizes, chrome, solid pattern. Here's another one from 6 Cents I really liked before they came out with the Quake and the Thud. This is the Snatch. You got to grab that Snatch and go catch some fish. You know, it snatches the bass. This is another high pitch rattling. Also comes in a faint rattling sound, which is nice whenever there's it's kind of a more subtle situation, whenever there's not very much wind, clean water, stuff like that. But yeah, this one's caught a ton of fish for me as well over the years. Are you kidding me? Look how sexy. I don't think I can even show you how sexy that actually is. It's almost like a bronze color with an orange bottom in the Thud. Oh, that dude's gonna get choked. These ones are kind of cool. The Sabile Flat Shad, I don't know if they even make them anymore. These ones I know they don't make anymore. Also cool by Sabile. They're the only ones I have, the only lipless baits I have that suspend. They actually dive on their own. They get down to like 2 feet, 3 feet, and just suspend. So another really good bait for subtle bite because you can stop them right there in their face. Plus, they don't have rattles inside. They have water, like a gel type material on the inside. Definitely a cool bait there. I don't know if this will actually catch fish, but man, it's pretty. Of course, gotta have the old school rattle trap. Always a fan favorite. Little rattle trap, sneaky, sneaky deadly when it's shallow grass too. The grass isn't too far below the surface. This guy can work over it really, really well. Got the big old flashy Quake dude. All right, definitely far from done on these dudes, but that is it's my lipless box for now until I get winter anyways. That's gonna be them. All right, here's the next disaster we need to address is the shallow cranks. And this, like I said, this is what I have in my shallow box. Obviously, I don't have everything that I own in my shallow crank box right now, but we need to get rid of some of these, namely these old Strike King 2.5, because like I said, if these 6 cents ones right here, the Crush 100, if they're anything like the Crush 50, they're gonna blow those Strike Kings out of the water. So need to get these taken out. Old Mr. Hunted as well. All right, really quick before we get to putting these baits away and I can kind of get my stuff together because I gotta get on the road really, really quick. I got a ton of questions. What 6 cents lure from what situation? Here is all the less than 10-foot diving 6 cents shallow crankbaits. And I can understand why you guys would be like overwhelmed by this and wondering which ones to buy. Real quick though, it's super, super simple. I'll kind of run you through what I use them for. Right here, movement crankbait. Any shallow cover, dude dives 2 to 3 feet. Shallow grass, stumps, stuff like that. It's just absolutely money. This guy's been chewed. Caught my personal best on it. Caught an 8-pounder last year. Joe caught a 10-pounder last year. I probably caught 50 fish over 5 pounds. I'm not kidding on this bait. No joke. Super, super sick bait. Movement L7 has that same super, super wide action. So low light conditions, really active fish conditions. This dude dives down 5 to 7 feet. So a little bit wider diver than this dude, but if you're fishing, you know, a little bit steeper banks, it's absolutely money. Off little shallow rock piles, stuff like that, or deeper tree line stumps, it deflects awesome. Really cool bait. This is the Crush 50X shallow riprap, my friends, or super shallow like stump stuff like that, but shallow riprap, that is the way to go with this dude in my opinion. Brand new Crush 100. Here it is, size comparison to the Crush 50. So like I said, 1.5 size bait, 2.5 size bait as they've been come to known. A little bit bigger, dives 4 to 5 feet. Super excited to get this out. A little bit deeper bait than this guy, has a little bit wider wobble than the flat side crankbait. Super, super sick around all different types of cover. This dude right here, Mr. Cold Water. This is Mr. Natural. It has a different roll to it. It's almost like one of those flat-sided baits, like these old Tennessee style flat-side baits. I'm not gonna take this off, but yeah, you get the idea. But the problem with this one right here is it casts like a piece of bread. This dude's 5/8 of an ounce. You can bomb it a mile. Chunky, shallow, 2 to 6 foot rock. Can't beat this bait when the water temperature, I've caught fish on from upper 30s all the way to when it's 60. This is the best bait you can be throwing on shallow riprap. This dude right here, this one gets a lot of questions. This is the Swank. The Ozark calls this one Hillary for obvious reasons, but this guy, 7/8 of an ounce, got this weird L-shaped bill, 7/8 of an ounce, so you can bomb it a freaking mile. It's nice and big, but the L-shaped bell actually keeps it from running like your traditional crankbait. It does not dive like that. It dives almost perfectly horizontal, so it gets down 3, 4, 5 feet, and you can just kind of work it. It has that nice knock to it. Super good for kind of a follow-up bait. I like to use it after I go through an area with this guy or with a bigger square bill, or on grass lines. This gets through the grass really, really well. And then of course, if you don't know where to throw a wiggle wart, any type of 45-degree angle banks, steeper stuff, rock transitions, anywhere around rock, steeper rock banks all the way up to shallow rock banks, slower tapering to where you want to throw this guy. You can throw this guy, has a nice wide wobble, clicking noise, great hooks on it, boom, sexiness. Then of course we got the old jerk and stick box. We're not gonna get into that this time, maybe another time. Same with the deep crankbait box. Yeah, we gotta get going. Dudes, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get packed, gotta get on the road. I know this video is kind of all over the place, so I do apologize for that, but hopefully you let you in on some of my crankbait arsenal, what I throw in what situations. I got so many different crankbaits, it's hard to tell you guys in however long this video was. I could talk about crankbaits for hours on end, but that's my 6 cents box. That's the different types of crankbaits I use that aren't 6 cents too. But we'll dive more into the jerk baits, the deep crank, stuff like that, maybe as the winter goes on a little bit further. But the giveaway, you guys are probably here waiting on the giveaway. All you gotta do is my typical standard routine. Go subscribe to Milliken Fishing right now, leave a thumbs up, and comment down below. 2 things I'd like you to comment. 1, do you want to see the custom painting videos this winter? 2, what was your favorite part of the southbound tour? That's it. And 1 week from now, which today is Sunday, I think, that's probably when this will get out. A week from today, this video down below, I'll put giveaway winner, your name, you win those 5 baits from 6 Cents Lures, probably close to a $50 value. All new baits or super good baits. Super stoked to give that away to one of you MFers. Once again, subscribe to Milliken Fishing, leave a thumbs up, comment down below. I'll use a random comment generator, randomly pick one of the comments below on this video, and then check the description of this video. Under giveaway winner, you'll find out if you won those 5 baits. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know it was a little bit different than some of the videos I've done lately and the southbound tour and everything, but I'm headed back south. I'm going to put some of these baits to use, get that A-rig flying, hopefully catch some absolute freaking slaunches, and hopefully get Becky, Ole Miss Milliken Fishing, on some slaunches as well, and hope that Millie, the puppy, doesn't eat hooks. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.
I'm not sorry. I can't help this love like mine.
I'm not sorry. I can't stop with a love like mine.